Hi, and welcome to a new episode of Random Thoughts and Views with Jan. In today's episode, I'm going to revisit the real estate scam allegations currently battering Breakfast Club host Raashaun Casey, aka DJ Envy, and his business partner Cesar Pina. In an earlier episode titled DJ Envy and Cesar Pina, Scams Are Us, I discussed the allegations surrounding the duo. Please check out that episode if you missed it and get up to speed. This situation has escalated since that episode dropped in June. Former NFL player turned real estate entrepreneur Tony the Closer Robinson first brought this story to the public's attention back in May of this year. In July, reputable local news publication NorthJersey.com picked up the story and posted the following article on their website. A real estate influencer couple could be in hot water as lawsuits begin to pile up against them, accusing them of bogus deals. A lawsuit filed by Anthony Barone and Anthony Martini on July 6 is just one of the latest against Cesar and Jennifer Pina. Yes, I should say that Jennifer Pina, Cesar's wife, is now in the mix. So this is just one of the latest against Cesar and Jennifer, alleging the pair defrauded the victims out of money. Barone and Martini accused the Pinas of taking $1.5 million from them for a real estate venture in Paterson called the Taylor Apartments. At least 4 other fraud lawsuits have been filed in the last 2 months against the Pinas and their companies. Lawsuits Cesar Pina and Jennifer Pina face. On May 15th, Amy Flips LLC of New York accused Pina and his companies, Warehouse LLC and From Start to Flipping LLC, of fraud in $500,000 investments in real estate in Maplewood and Hawthorne from September 2022. Cesar Pina represented that if plaintiff provided $250,000 for the purchase of the first property located in Maplewood, NJ, defendants would be able to complete the renovations, sell the renovated property, and return to plaintiff her money plus an additional 20% within 5 months, the lawsuit said. Amy Flips LLC sent a number of messages to Pina between March 1st and March 22nd asking for information about project statuses and when he would be making required and past due payments, which the lawsuit said were never made. On June 9th, On-Site Properties accused Pina and his companies of fraud involving $200,000 and $100,000 real estate investments in 2 Paterson properties in October and December 2022. The lawsuit said that once Pina got On-Site Properties capital, he stopped responding to its questions and became elusive. Between December 2022 and mid-May 2023, Pina did not contact the company or respond to its communication attempts, the suit said. On-Site Properties and Cesar Pina met on March 30th, and the company was told the project was going as planned, the market was great, and the company should sell in early April, the lawsuit said. On May 19th, Pina provided 2 checks, one for $100,000 and another for $37,000, but told On-Site Properties not to cash or deposit the checks until early June. Upon information and belief, the 2 checks provided to plaintiff were invalid, drawn on an account with insufficient funds, and were intended to deceive On-Site Properties into believing he was going to receive the money he was promised, the lawsuit said. On June 16th, Trevor Roman of New York City accused Cesar Pina, Warehouse LLC, and From Start to Flipping LLC of fraud in an alleged Ponzi scheme that started with $100,000 real estate investment. Roman said he made with Pina in October 2020. Roman and Pina promised a $30,000 return on a deal involving the renovation of a property on Harding Avenue in Clifton. The lawsuit said Pina paid Roman $30,000 about 5 months later, but rolled over the original $100,000 investment, along with an extra $50,000 Roman put up in another deal. After a series of additional deals, Pina owed Roman $280,000 by April, the lawsuit said. Pina blocked Roman's phone number or changed his phone number in what appears to be part of an effort to dodge plaintiff and his other apparent creditors and slash or victims of what may be a widespread fraud scheme, the suit said. In or around May 2023, several high profile social media figures and celebrities began to share information on social media to the effect that defendant Pina had scammed or defrauded them out of several $100,000 or more, with one victim claiming to have been taken for $1 million, continued the lawsuit. On June 28th, Ransom Endeavors Incorporated, a New York business, sued Pina, claiming fraud involving $200,000 real estate investment in Hawthorne, with allegations similar to those in the Roman lawsuit. Pina stressed that he works with numerous celebrities. His past projects have all been extremely successful, and that he was so successful that Cesar Pina was collaborating on a television show for A&E with his partner DJ Envy and celebrity musician 50 Cent. The lawsuit said, using language seen in other complaints. The complaint said Ransom told Pina earlier this year that it wanted its money back. On April 20th, Pina provided $30,000, half of the promised interest and none of the $200,000 principal. Between April 20th and June 10th, Ransom regularly contacted Cesar Pina to inquire about the status of the project and when it should be receiving the funds it was owed, the lawsuit said. According to the lawsuit, Pina was often unresponsive, but when he did get into contact with Ransom, he always said the closing was imminent, but was delayed for some reason or another. Pina allegedly stated that the closing was scheduled to be completed in a few weeks, and the plaintiff would receive all the funds owed to it immediately thereafter, said the lawsuit. But he never paid, the suit said. In May 2020, an architect sued the Pinas over the Taylor Court apartment project, the one in which Barone and Martini invested, after he said the Pinas failed to pay him for his services. The suit said they gave him $50,000 deposit, but still owed him $109,000. Tony the Closer Robinson is convinced that DJ Envy was well aware of what was happening and what the Pinas were allegedly up to. He is convinced that they were running a real estate Ponzi scheme. He is convinced that Envy knew that Caesar was in trouble, but failed to tell the public this and failed to tell investors this. Envy has since tried to distance himself and has said that he knew nothing about it. But when Tony originally brought this story to the public, he also released audio of him and Envy having a private conversation. Well, Envy thought it was private. He didn't realize that Tony was on IG Live at the time. But Envy also jumped on IG Live, Instagram Live, to have a conversation with Tony about this situation.
Do your homework when it comes to anything. This is what I tell everybody all the time. You make sure you do your homework. I do feel like you're saying Caesar's guilty before hearing his side of the coin, which I think is kind of crazy. I mean, anybody can say anything they want, man. I just seen today that I owe people money. I just seen all types of shit. But the thing is, I think you should have that man on here to have a conversation and give his side of the story. There's two sides of the story. Well, there's actually three sides of the story, right? His side, and then what's the truth? And I think before somebody starts saying that somebody owes somebody money or somebody doing something wrong and making an accusation and an accusation, I think you need to have him on there and clear his own name up.
Well, I think that's fair, but I also
I tried to call you today with him on the phone, and you said you were clearly busy. So he's not done with the conversation.
Don't try to flip the narrative on me because that's bullshit.
Did I not call you?
I'm really swing it because like I've been being nice and I've been trying to.
You don't have to be nice. Did I not call you this morning? Did I not call you? Said I call you 30 minutes.
But you know you bullshitting too, right?
I'm not bullshit.
Because the fact of the matter is that you know that Cesar been doing bad business. You just right now really trying to distance yourself because you don't want to be implicated with it. You know that he's been fucking people over. He fucked you over. He owes you money. You told me last night he owes you money. Like, this ain't me making up shit. This ain't me just coming out and attacking anybody. This is real people. It's like, even like your man, the credit dude, that was a part of y'all whole situation, bro. He's out of $150,000, and Nick was out here talking about committing suicide. See, you can't play me like I'm the nigga that's just clout chasing and doing some bullshit. I'm really talking about people. Credit dude called me talking about he's in fear of his life. Like, he like, yo, I'm in fear of my life, and these niggas took my money. I got 7 to 8 DMs of people that's $400,000 or $500,000, bro. Last night on the phone, he told me, yo, this nigga owe me over $500,000. Don't do me now. You're gonna try to get online and make me look like shit because then I'm gonna come back with it.
This is the thing. You could come back with whatever you want.
I'm gonna come back with the
I just got off the phone with credit dude. I just got off the phone with credit dude. And credit told me that you were making things up. I just got off the phone with credit dude, and you said you're making things up. I just got off the phone with him.
There's no way that you're gonna tell me.
You are clout chasing because the main thing that you did was fuck up is you added my name.
You should do as far as like letting people know that you distance yourself though.
So this is what I just did. When I seen that message, when I seen the somebody tagged me on it, right?
Yeah.
This is exactly the message I sent to Cesar. I said, you need to fix this ASAP. I said, I gave you a platform to talk real estate and to help people. I said, the amount of calls, and I said this to him and his wife, I said, the amount of calls I received that you owe people money is crazy. I said, to the fact that lawyers reached out to me and are going to the authorities. People are telling me checks are bouncing. They're saying you're not calling people back. I said, authorities called me asking if I want to be involved with a lawsuit. And I said, there's nothing I can do because you still owe me money. I said, love y'all to death, but I'm not looking crazy. I didn't take not a person's money, nor have I been involved with y'all taking people's money. And I beg you, when we first started seminars, not to take anybody's money, a celebrity or nothing. I'm just telling you, if this is not fixed, this is going to be a huge problem, and I'm not being silent anymore. And I just sent it like maybe 10 minutes ago. And like I said, I'm going to give him till I get back on Monday. After the break, if all the niggas that say he owe money, he don't get that money back. Because even if he owes people money, niggas sell yourself. You got properties. I can't even sit there and lie. You got properties. You got, like, it's not like he's dead old. It's not like no Jay Morrison shit where he ain't got no properties or whatever. He got land. Sell that land. Even if you got to sell it for the low, get them niggas their money back.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it because you a nice guy that got a lot of followers. I would be a fucking asshole. I call my accountant and I'm like, hey, look at this deal. Does this deal make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. I'm not doing it.
So
that's how it is. That's what people
I like keeping it real, right? 100%. So how has your business dealings been with Cesar?
Some have been great, some haven't been. Some have been really good and I made a lot of money and some have been slow. And that's why I say when people invest money, sometimes it goes like this, right? And you know this. I didn't hit with Cesar a couple of times and flip money in less than 30 days. Some of my builders, like the school, we still got, and I haven't got my money back yet. But I know that's part of the game. But I also do know there's certain things that need to happen. Like when it comes to Cesar, we've had a conversation and I spoke to him and I spoke to Jed and I told him if he does, and I asked him personally, I said, do you owe people money?
Does he owe you money?
We have an investment together that we're going to sell. He does not owe me money. We partnered up on a property. We partnered up on a property
a year and a half. It's owe you money, DJ Envy.
It's cool. Let me tell you.
You and I talked offline, DJ Envy.
No, I'm going to tell you 100%. No, I'm going to tell you.
You can't do that, DJ Envy.
I'm going to tell you the truth. You going to let me speak or we not?
No, but we got to do it. If we're going to tell the truth, we got to tell the truth.
We're going to tell the truth.
Now.
We speaking the truth. Because I tell you everything. I talk to you offline.
That's what I'm saying.
I told you, me and Cesar, we bought a school. That's the only outstanding deal that we have. That school never came back, and that school is not done yet. When I spoke to Cesar today, I told him I have a problem, and he said I'm giving you your money back. That's it. So we don't have any dealings with each other. And I even told you, because when we had that conversation, I called him last night. I'm like, do you owe anybody money? Caesar told me no. He said there was people that we invested with that did well, and there was people that we didn't invest with that it takes a little longer. And I told him, nigga, whatever you need to do, give them people back their money. That's all it is. But when it comes to it, that's what it is. And you find somebody else that will talk to you on live in a minute to talk to you about the real. Because I honestly,
but you know, we talked offline though. That's why I asked you the question. And it's like, we personally offline. I mean, I know you might be wanting to still not really throw your man under, but like, we talked offline.
And we spoke online yesterday. That's why I was kind of upset when you put out a picture of me and Caesar that DJ Envy's partner owes all this money. And I'm like, damn, my nigga, we spoke last night. And I'm telling you,
a few moments later.
Like, this is when I say nuts. So I'm like, what? And the thing with me is, I wish I could be like, well, that's on y'all. The nigga owe me money. And the nigga owe me half a ticket. Not 50,000. He owe me 500,000, my nigga. So think about it like this. If he owes me 500,000, a nigga that could get on the radio tomorrow and shit on him, you think he give a fuck about whoever was on your live?
This shit crazy. Man, I'm talking about my DM. They coming like every couple minutes right now, and they just sending me shit.
Whatever paperwork you got, send it to me, because I'm gonna send it to the attorney. Because, like I said, it's probably gonna be a class action lawsuit. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be really, really, really nasty. So, as you just heard, online, Envy said that Caesar didn't owe him any money, but offline, he told a different story. He revealed that Caesar does actually owe him money, $500,000 to be exact. And a couple of weeks ago, he filed a lawsuit claiming that he is a victim who is also owed money by Caesar and Jennifer Pina. On August 3rd, Hip Hop DX posted the following article. DJ Envy is looking to have his real estate fraud lawsuit tossed out and has claimed that he too is a victim of doing business with Caesar and Jennifer Pina. Envy, they were your business partners. Like, stop this. Anyway, the Breakfast Club co-host, along with the Pinas, was sued late last month by Anthony Barone and Anthony Martini, who claimed they defrauded them out of 1.5 million over an apartment complex project that never materialized. The plaintiffs said that they invested in two real estate ventures, the Taylor Company and Flip to Dow, but Envy and the Pinas took the money without following through with the project. Envy was also accused of purchasing a series of properties in Paterson, New Jersey, undervaluing them and then fixing and flipping them or renting them out. Barone and Martini claimed that the trio used the funds to support their extravagant lifestyles and or to pay off other investors. On Wednesday, August 2nd, DJ Envy, real name Raashaun Casey, responded by filing a motion asking the court to dismiss the lawsuit with prejudice. According to court documents obtained by the Shade Room, Envy says he is not and never was an employee or representative of neither the Taylor Company nor Flip to Dow. He adds that he believes the plaintiffs named him in the lawsuit solely to exploit his celebrity status and to sensationalize the case. Cesar Pina previously corroborated Envy's story, confirming that the veteran DJ is not and never was employed by Flip to Dow. He stated that Anthony Barone, his wife, and himself are the only members of the company. DJ Envy also claims that he is a victim himself and lost $500,000 on a separate project with the Pinas to renovate and reposition a former school into an apartment building. The couple allegedly promised Envy that they would return his initial investment within 1 year and he would receive a monthly dividend of roughly $17,000. However,
Envy has apparently yet to receive any distributions or return of capital in connection with the project. The collective are due back in court on September 8th to iron out the dispute. So Envy states in court documents that he was never an employee or representative of neither the Taylor Company nor Flip to Dow. And Cesar Pina previously corroborated Envy's story, confirming that he was never employed by Flip to Dow. But Envy was on the website and down as being a co founder and CSO of the company, Chief Security Officer. So I don't know what they're talking about. He was clearly involved. But if you go to the Flip to Dow website now, you will see no evidence of Envy because over the last couple of weeks, they've removed all his pictures. But it's too late because people have screenshots and receipts.
Dallas DJ Envy. Flippin' NJ. Welcome to Flip to Dow. Now, what if we told you you could win this 3-family house right here? And I said win. What if I tell you that? Break down what Flip to Dow is. Flip to Dow is a real estate membership platform like no other. Anything that you wanted to know about real estate, from just regular real estate education to investing, you'll be able to do. Flip to Dow, you've never seen a platform like this before. By becoming a member of Flip to Dow, you will have a chance to win this house. That's right, this house right behind us. There's a 3-family in Patterson, New Jersey. The value for this house right now is $500,000. Potential rental income anywhere between $5,500 to $6,500 a month. If you win this house, you could do whatever you want. If I were to win this house, right, I wouldn't sell it. I will keep it long term. I will refinance, take some money out, and buy more property. That's all we do is buy more property. But it's totally up to you. Sign up to Flip to Dow and don't miss your chance to win this house. Come on, guys. Flippin' NJ.
Hey, it's Jenny Tips.
Catch us tomorrow on The Breakfast Club.
What are we going to do tomorrow on The Breakfast Club? We're giving away a house.
Tomorrow, we're talking about how we're giving away a house.
Hold on. We're giving away a house. We got the seminar. Yep. We got this crazy-ass platform. Yep. They're not going to want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it. We're giving away a house.
We're giving away a house.
About 4 years ago, Caesar and his wife Jennifer appeared on The Breakfast Club and announced that they were giving away a free home. It's now been alleged that this was a lie and false advertising. I have to be really careful with my random thoughts here because Envy is sending out cease and desists and also, is suing Tony the Closer, who brought this story to our attention, suing him for defamation. So I'm just going to say that since this whole situation started back in May, some are looking at Envy now. We're looking at Envy's wealth and kind of side-eyeing it. Because before, many of us just thought, okay, he's a successful media personality, radio personality. He's been on The Breakfast Club for 13, 14 years now, so earns a good living there, more than the average person. He also is a popular DJ, books a lot of private gigs and earns a decent amount of money there. But at the same time, it's like Envy, I've been following Envy on Instagram for years now. And this is a man who loves to show off his wealth. He loves to show off his fleet of expensive sports cars, vintage cars, his huge home. Both he and his wife seem to be kind of like victims and slaves to luxury goods and designer clothes, and they just love to show this off. They love to show off their lavish holidays abroad. They've got 6 children, a good-looking family, aesthetically I would say a reality show producer's dream. They've always had a lot going for them. But since this has happened, many are questioning, how is Envy making all this money? Like, Envy has always portrayed himself as having athlete money. I'm talking NFL money, NBA money, European football, AC Milan money. But at the same time, you're thinking, okay, we know he earns a decent living, but does he earn that much money to have so much disposable income that left that he can buy a fleet of cars? I mean, Envy has 6 children to feed. Um, the younger ones are probably going to private schools. The older ones are at college. That's not cheap. And also owns a $5 million home um, that he purchased from Mary J. Blige, who originally bought that home in New Jersey for 12 million and had to get rid of it during the time of COVID, and he managed to get it for cheap, 5 million. And there's a backstory behind that, but I'm not going to go into it. But he's obviously paying a mortgage each month. So that's another expense. All these expenses, but still has disposable income to just live this lavish lifestyle where he can annually, every Christmas, him and his wife do this thing where, what was it? It's called 12 Days of Christmas, where every day he presents her with these lavish gifts and they promote all this on Instagram. And it's like high end luxury goods. And on top of that, recently, after she had her sixth child, she then went on her first girls' trip and she went to Southeast Asia by the looks of it. And that cost money again, like sitting in first class, expensive luggage that he bought. It's just, but then again, we live in a time where you can't be fooled by everything you see on social media. I mean, a lot of that, maybe they could have received those goods for free. Who knows? But I have a sneaking suspicion that Envy is the type of man, because he's so show off, that he rinses out his credit card. And that's how, and also wants to keep up with the Joneses in entertainment by living above his means. But having said that, I think people used to also think, well, he's big in real estate. So this is where Caesar comes in. So they thought, well, maybe he's making a ton of money there, so it kind of makes sense that he's living like this multi-millionaire athlete. But now when you look at it and you look at what the Pinas, Jennifer and Caesar, are being accused of, and the fact that Envy from 2018 to, I say, around 2022 was constantly promoting his businesses with Caesar. He would do all the talking. He would market their businesses. He would invite investors to invest with them. You had investors mainly from the Hispanic community giving them like thousands of dollars, 150,000, a quarter of a million, half a million. One even invested $1 million. And you're thinking, like, these people, where are these people getting all this money from? And then on top of that, since this has come out, there's been word that, the criminal element has been involved, invested with Caesar. So then that's another issue, but I won't go into that. But Envy, when we were first introduced to Caesar, he introduced us to Caesar. No one knew who Caesar was. Caesar was this morbidly obese man, very quiet. I should say he's not morbidly obese anymore. I think he had some sort of weight loss surgery. But anyway, when we first were introduced to him, he was morbidly obese. And he just stood there and was doing all the talking. It's almost as if later on down the line, Envy groomed him, because now Caesar became very confident in front of our very eyes. All of a sudden now he was very expressive. He was talking about their businesses. He was touting for people to invest with them. He went from being this really kind of like really quiet person, didn't say anything, wouldn't even look in the camera, to now being this really confident individual, now kind of like Envy. And Now Envy wants to distance himself and say that he knew nothing about the Pina's business dealings. And I guess we have to give him the benefit of the doubt for now because nothing's been proven and he hasn't been charged. There hasn't been a trial. Nothing's happened. But Tony the Closer, he's not buying any of it and has been relentless over the last month or so, constantly saying publicly that Envy was involved and knew what the Pinas were allegedly doing and benefited from it because he believes that whatever the Pinas made, Envy got a percentage of. He also thinks that Envy knew that alleged wrongdoing was happening, but didn't tell the public and didn't tell the investors, but he'd known for some time. And it's believed that perhaps the reason why he kept quiet, if something was actually going on, if there was wrongdoing happening, that because he's owed 500 grand, he kept quiet. He wanted to wait and see, and he wanted to just keep quiet and wanted to get his money back first. But that's not happening. Like, the debts, the money owed runs up into millions. And at some point, this could turn from civil to a criminal case. Um, Last week, every day there was a new lawsuit dropping accusing Envy and the Pinas of wrongdoing and of scamming, basically. So this is ongoing. And from what I've read, because I'm not going to go too deep into it, but this seems to be going down a very dark road. On August 11th, Hip Hop DX posted the following article. DJ Envy has filed a lawsuit against Tony the Closer Robinson for defamation regarding claims against his real estate practice. According to the Shade Room, Envy, born Raashaun Casey, claimed in the suit that the former NFL player publicly and maliciously spread false claims about Envy on social media. Envy reportedly asserts that Robinson called him a thief, criminal, and scammer running a Ponzi scheme that has defrauded others out of millions. The suit allegedly accused Tony of illegally recording a phone call with Envy where he tries to get him to admit to knowing about the Pina's fraudulent practices during an Instagram live. Envy is seeking an unspecified amount in punitive damages. Tony the Closer believes that he has enough evidence to back up what he's been saying about DJ Envy and looks forward to seeing him in civil court.
What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy. Flipping that Jay. Join us July 31st right here at the Jacob Javits Center. We're doing a real estate seminar talking everything real estate from Airbnb to wholesaling to flipping. Not only that, you can partner with us on some deals. Make some money with us, your partner. And we'll see you July 31st. Come on. Why do a lot of people think real estate is a scam? I reached out to a bunch of people about doing a big project. I reached out to Fab, he was in. I reached out to Clue, he was in. He was in. I reached out to Joe Button. Joe Button was like, no, you can get locked up for it. It's a scam. And then he hung up on me.
Sometimes it is, maybe.
Joe may not have the money. Later on in this clip, a few years ago, Envy calls me as someone that he is not speaking to. We have not spoken about anything. And he calls me and starts talking about some real estate shit. For me, that's odd. We don't speak. And now you calling me, telling me that your man's with the government and he could get the buildings and there's a list, it'll be me, you, and Queen Latifah and whatever the fuck he was saying, because I was walking my dog in the backyard or something. I want to stop listening at this point. But that just sounded fishy. You give me some money, we're going to take it, we're going to get this, we're going to get that. In my brain, I didn't need to. That wasn't where I was in my professional career, where I needed to take a lump sum of money and give it to somebody I wasn't speaking to do some real estate. There's people in place to kind of advise me that way, so I left it alone. DJ Envy, aka Raashaun Casey, has got real issues because Tony the Closer is going hard in the paint. The FCC is now doing an investigation. Shit is real. So, he's got lawsuits on him. Cesar Pina and his wife have 11, last time I checked, okay?
That concludes today's episode. But for more news, views and thoughts, follow me on Instagram, Mad News UK, Twitter, Mad News UK, and madnewsuk.com.